Topps baseball. Put in my hashtagies for Periscope, and we are ready to get underway. All right. And again, we like to do what I call plus breaks, all right? So it's not politically correct to supersize something, right? So that movie killed that. So we just say plus. So we're plus 2 baseballs in this one. This is a 2018 Onyx Icons baseball and a 2017 Fanatics Under Wraps Next Level baseball. Our usual tiebreaker rules apply for those. We'll slip those in between the boxes. So let's do this. 2019 is officially here. And we open up the first box. And we'll slap 2 silvers on top of the stack. And let's get a little 1-cent love for those silver packs. Why don't we? So here we go. This year's retro look is 1984. What are they going to do when we get back to 87? Because we did that a few years ago. Who cares? Oh, they look great. Even the backs of the cards look cool. All right. So we got Mark Grace. There's an amazing Grace right there. How sweet the sound. It's not making any noise. Cedric Mullins. Isn't he the quarterback for the 49ers? What's he doing here? Reese Hoskins. And Ozzie Smith. Going to be the first 4 cards out. And we'll just go up and down the stack here. Well, first hit is out. And again, our first time around, we like to have a little fun. Talk about the players and all that good stuff. Talk nicely about them, talk badly about them. So let's start with Jonathan VR, who ended up moving over to the Orioles. Bit of an improvement from 2017. He actually got his WAR up to about 2 and stole 35 bases last year. So he's not completely back to his 2016 form, but helped the Orioles a little bit. You know, I mean, they were sucking anyway. Francisco Lindor, league leader in at-bats and runs. He had over 80 extra base hits last year, an OPS flirting with 900 at times, and a WAR of almost 8, 7.6. Which ones? The 2014 ones? Maybe. Steven Duggar, rookie card. So there's our first look at a rook. Tuki Toussaint, who didn't really have that impressive minor league numbers until 2018 came around, and then got his promotion up to the club and did somewhat well. I thought he was always going to be a bust, so go Tuki. Corey Kluber. I guess you could say 5 years of dominance now for Corey Kluber. Why are they thinking of trading the guy? Eugenio Suarez, Yolmer Sanchez, Jose Quintana. You got Tyler Flowers, Blake Parker, and there's the St. Louis Park, Busch Stadium. We got Kyle Hendricks, David Price. So David Price had a pretty good year last year, 16-7. WAR of 2.7. Really not much different than the year before, except for he was healthy the whole year pretty much. Cole Calhoun. Yeah, let's take a look at Eugenio Suarez. So last year, back-to-back years, he's been averaging 4 on the WAR. 34 home runs last year, 104 ribbies for Eugenio Suarez. And good walk totals. OPS of almost 900 himself. So he's... the Reds are going to be sneaky this year. The Reds are the new Braves. Look out. You got Michael Fulmer. Got Safeco. And the SunTrust Park. That just opened up in 2017. Wade LeBlanc. Aroldis Chapman, who had his ups and downs last year, still ended up with 32 saves and an ERA of about 2.5. Definitely bounced back from a rockier 2017. So I think the Yankees made out good with Chapman on that deal. Ooh, we got our first 150, Byron Buxton. So that's our first 150 parallel. All right, so this is a new parallel that they've added. What are the odds of this? Now T-Mobile Park, Top should have known that. So every 2 packs has a 150th anniversary. The other one will have a rainbow foil. So these are just like the rainbow foils now. Carl Yastrzemski. Ronald Acuna Jr. That's a nice one on the throwback. And Topps Now review. So I find it kind of silly to reprint the Topps Now cards on a... I mean, it's not really a reprint because it's not the whole thing, but if you're going to get all the best Topps Now cards inserted into your Series 1 box, then why make them? I don't know. It just seems silly. All smiles, J.D. Martinez, World Series highlight card. Yuli Gurriel, Mookie Betts, league leader in just about everything. Polanco, Josh Donaldson, who his 2018 season, he managed to end it on a decent enough note that the Braves took interest in him. So we'll see how this season go. Christopher, it's every 6 packs on the hobby boxes. It's every 2 packs on the jumbos. Buxton has had a little bit of a bust, yeah. Look at last year, though. His injury last year. He was starting to come around in 2017. He just can't stay healthy. I mean, his glove inflates his WAR a little bit, but JT Realmuto, this guy, 5 wins above replacement, so you can imagine where the Marlins would have been without him. You got the new Marlins logo on there if you care for that. I don't know. Why do they keep changing it if they just keep making it ugly? 21 home runs, 30 doubles. All right, he's just a good all-around catcher at the plate and in the field. But the Marlins are asking a king's ransom for him. So Jose Barrios, I don't know about best catcher in the game. If you have Buster Posey healthy, is he the best catcher in the game? I feel it takes a couple of years for somebody who's that dominant at the position to be dethroned. But Posey hasn't been healthy, so I guess you can consider that. Molina hasn't been himself either. I mean, those are still the guys who I would still give another year before we make their decline official. Anthony Rendon led the league with doubles last year with 44. He had an OPS over 9, batted .308, and his second straight season with a WAR above 6. You don't really hear a lot of talk about Bryce who? They don't need to spend that much money on Bryce Harper, not with the guys that they have. Franmil Reyes got the new Future Stars look. It almost looks like the old Miami logo. 16 home runs in 87 games. Between the two levels, he hit 32 last year. So, and he was solid all year long. This is a guy to look out for. The old Marlins logo sucked too. So Alex Gordon, his best year in a couple years, but things not looking too good for the Royals. Blake Snell, Cy Young Award winner, ERA sub-2. It was less than half of what it was the year before, and he more than doubled his career WAR. 21 wins. Remember when 21 wins was like, oh, he was one of the top 10 pitchers in the league. Yeah, no, 21 wins, you the man nowadays. Clayton Kershaw could only manage to go 9-5 last year because, well, let's face it, he's usually missing a few starts a year due to injury, and a lot of no decisions. So, still not a bad year. Racked up a WAR of 3.5, but not quite the dominance that we're used to from him. Richard Urania, Kenley Jansen, another stellar season. 38 saves. He had some health problems, so despite the 5 losses, I don't know. His WAR is a .4, but I feel like he pitched better than that. He did have a little bit of rust, and I mean the guy was having heart problems, so I guess I'm giving him a pass. We got Acuna Jr. with the Rookie Cup there. He was also the card number 1 finalist. The honor bestowed upon him. Rookie of the Year with 26 home runs in 111 games. He had an awful start, actually, before they called him up in the minors. 1 home run in 23 games, was batting .211. But they knew. And at the beginning of the season, what did they have to lose? And it worked out pretty good for them. So his WAR came up close to 4 there. Ben Zobrist, Cody Allen, Scooter Gennett, Aniel de los Santos, Joey Votto. What can you say? Joey Votto, little bit of a power shortage last year. Not his best season, but I mean, you got a guy who since 2010 has put an OPS over 1 4 times, twice leading the league in that category. He's a 56 career WAR guy. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He just needs a couple more. He doesn't even need a couple more years like he should have. He needs a couple more decent years. Dansby Swanson, who, with his abysmal start to the year, 14 home runs for a shortstop, I'll take that. WAR was only 2. I think he'll continue to get better. Jose Abreu, Eddie Rosario. We got Marcus Stroman, who had a brutal season last year, went 4-9. Joey Lucchesi, the Phillies. So this time we'll have a rainbow foil, Yonder Alonso. And Tony La Russa, Revolution of the Game insert. Jose Altuve. And our first hit is going to go to the Cubbies, Major League Material, Wilson Contreras. Wilson Contreras for the Cubbies. Going to be hit number 1. Jed Jerko, And his worst season since heading over to the Cardinals. He's lost like 10 home runs a year. So his doubles output has gotten better. Kind of a mixed bag with Jed Jerko, but hey, he's a guy that you can put on the field. He's good at multiple positions. Sean Manaea, who had a no-hitter last year. 12-9 for an A's team that ends up making the playoffs. Decent season. Gleyber Torres with the Rookie Cup there. 24 home runs last year. Only 16 doubles, though. I think there's more to be had from Gleyber Torres. I don't think he's going to be a two-war player. Tyler Anderson, Robert Gsellman, Wilmer Defoe, Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman, man, WAR of 6.5 last year. He walks, 42 doubles, 24 home runs. Only 68 RBIs, but that's just because they need to get more base runners on. Josh Bell took a step back last year. Less than half his previous year's output in home runs. So he's got to bring him back into the game there. Joe Musgrove ended up going to the Pirates in the Garrett Cole deal, right? Buster Posey, injury-shortened season, no power whatsoever. And then Robinson Cano, only 10 home runs last year, but he only got to play 80 games because he's a freaking cheater. Why the Mets picked him up, they're just dumb. Miguel Andujar gets a Rookie Cup too. 47 doubles, 27 home runs, 297 average, a WAR of close to 3 in 149 games. A little bit of a liability at third base, but hey, he's in the right league. And Lorenzo Cain, his highest stolen base output, 30 steals last year, walked 71 times. That was also a career high. 308 average, guess what? Career high as well. So good pickup by the Brewers. And his 5.7 WAR was his second highest. And I think he plays a decent outfield too. So one of the reasons why the Brewers did well this year. Good grooming. And they also had a good free agency period. Does this year's free agency period even exist yet? You know what? And I'm just going to say this. Yeah, we got Diaz. How many closers are consistent for more than 3 years? Let's be honest here. How many closers, and it doesn't matter how many saves they get, because with some teams you can get a bunch of saves. It's not the issue. But how many closers are lights out dominant for multiple years? Especially when they switch teams or even switch leagues. It makes me a little nervous. And Cano is the poop end of the stick. Yep, Kenley Jansen, Craig Kimbrell. All right. Let's name some more. I want to hear 8 other names besides Jansen, Kimbrell. All right. I mean, even Aroldis Chapman, he got demoted for a short time in 2017. So he came back with a vengeance, but so Chapman is another one. Again, little hiccup. Well, there's Jeff McNeil. there's one of the, I guess, key position player rookie cards in this year's set. Ramon Laureano, that's not a bad one either. Again, there's a lot of, you know, B minuses, B level guys here. Okay. We don't know if we have an A yet, but sometimes we don't find that out until like July or August. And then it's like, whoa, hey, look at that guy. Didn't Greg Holland have one really bad year? George Springer. Not as big as the previous 2 years, unless you're counting the internet. Zach Greinke. I don't know. Wade Davis. I'm trying to think if he's had a bad year. So James Paxton, who was the big acquisition by the Yankees. Got John Gray. Chris Davis. Yeah, I saw her before too. Numbered 1590 out of 2019. So this is the gold look. Topps Greatness, Bob Gibson and Max Scherzer. Here come the judge. Javier Baez. It's such a short insert. Like, I mean, it used to be they would insert stuff to death. I just feel like maybe one or two more insert cards per pack since you've cut it down to 46 now. Lourdes Gurriel. Lourdes Gurriel, definitely a future star in the making. In 65 games, 11 home runs, and 281 average. And he's, you know, the defense has just got to step up a little bit. So Doolittle, I can't remember if Doolittle had a bad year, so I'll give you that one too. All right, so we got 6. And again, we don't know how much longer they'll last. Brandon Nimmo bursting onto the scene. I mean, this is a kid who didn't even play high school baseball because Wyoming doesn't have high school baseball. 17 home runs last year. 4.5 WAR. All right, so good in the field as well. Paul DeYoung. Another decent year. Little less power this year, but Josh Hader. So where's that error card on Josh Hader? I don't know, man. I'm missing it. Six and 1, 143 strikeouts. Oh, yeah, I see it. Whip of 0, which we know that's not true. And then the career of 2.37. He wouldn't be playing if he had that. So David Bote, and he came kind of, you know, came out with a bang. So here's Wade Davis. Wade Davis, 43 saves, but an ERA of 4.13. Sorry, Wade Davis doesn't get my vote. 3-6 record, 4.13 ERA. Yeah, he led the league in saves, but again, this is a case of the Rockies getting him good run support, I think. If you have an ERA of 4 and you're a closer, you're not dominant. So Wade Davis is off the list. Luis Urias, another rookie to look at in 2019 Top Series 1. He's one of the top ones out there in this series. Jason Kipnis, Dennis Santana, Ponce de Leon, and Ryan O'Hearn for the Royals. All right, he was somebody who kind of blossomed in 2017, had a big season and a huge playoffs, and put himself on the radar, and now made his way up. Paul Goldschmidt, I remember him having a slow start, and he still ended up with, the RBIs were way down, but I mean, that's kind of the fault of the base runners in front of you, right? Ended up with a 5 WAR, a 290 average, and I remember, I think the first like 30 or 40 games, he was doing awful. So Paul Goldschmidt still rocks. Getting some repeats already here. This is like the first stack here. So Aroldis Chapman, you know, I'm going to call him dominant for pretty much his whole career. 2017, again, he had a little bit of a blip where he had a run of some bad games, but when you're usually sub 2 ERA or, you know, low 2s, I guess you kind of get a pass there. Jorge Soler and Lewis Brinson for the Marlins. Batted a .199 in 109 games, so I don't know. Not time to give up on him just yet, but you know, he's been a pro since 2012, so it's kind of time to put up or shut up. All right, Will Clark and Buster Posey. We got Luke Weaver and on card. I like it. On card auto of Brandon Nimmo is going to be the... No, it's not too late to pay, Roy. No problem. We started a little earlier than we usually did. So, do you need the PayPal info? I did put it in the post, but if you need it, I'll type it in here as well. So, METS, Mets, Brandon Nimmo, the first autograph out of 2019. Max Scherzer, well, you can't give him the Cy Young Award every year, but holy cow. WAR of 7, tied for the league lead in wins, 18-7. Obviously, Jacob deGrom wasn't tied for the league lead in wins, but he just had one of those seasons that was just something special. Whit Merrifield, that 4-year contract, this is how he earned it. 45 steals, led the league. 192 hits, led the league. 304 average and a WAR of 5. Miggy Cabrera starting to wear down. He had a terrible 2017, 2 years removed from leading the league in hitting, and last year only lasted 38 games. He didn't do bad in those 38 games, a little short on the power, but just not himself. Miles Mikolas, a feel-good story last year, returned to the majors after 3 years in Japan, 18-4 record. All right, a WAR of 4. And impressive. And only had a few relief years early on. So Matt Carpenter, Brandon Belt, and Edwin Diaz. All right. He 0-4, 57 saves, sub 2 ERA, WAR of 3.5. That's a stud reliever right there. He's had three decent seasons. 2016, he didn't have the closer role the whole time, I don't think, because he was in the minors for part of the year. So he's got 2 years, but 2 years down the road, will the Mets be regretting what they've done? Orlando Arcia, not really playing to the form that, to the hype, man. Ryan Zimmerman, played half the season last year. Justin Verlander, 16-9 last year. WAR of almost 7. Strikes out 290. Good year for him. All right. And again, you know, this is one of those breaks where it's not about eye-popping hits. We'll see that in Flawless in a few days, but this is just about getting the first cards of 2019 out there and having some fun. We got Adam Engel, Rick Porcello, Steven Souza, who definitely dropped off from the year before's power output. So maybe not a good signing for the Diamondbacks. Jake Lamb, I know, started out the year hurt. Only ended up playing in 56 games. Didn't seem like he was himself. That was a bad draft on my part. But I didn't actually pick him. The computer did. Charlie Blackmon, down for his standards. Only led the league in runs. Half as many triples as last year, but he still had 7. 29 home runs. But his OPS was 860 after coming off of a solid 1 the year before. Yeah, and I'm not saying he had a dominant year last year. I'm just saying I would never make a closer the main part of a trade, because closers happen. Jake Bauers, I think he's a good rookie card. I don't know why Tampa Bay gave up on him so quickly. Danny Jansen, Nick Birdie, Christian Yelich, MVP last year. Led the league in slugging, OPS, average, and WAR. 36 home runs and 110 RBI. Didn't put him far from the top in those categories either. He, you know, depending on the year, a given year, that would have been a Triple Crown season. Carlos Correa, not a good year for him. Definitely a World Series hangover there. His worst output in just about every category. Everything. Played 110 games, so he played 109 last year. Injuries seemed to be a bit of an issue. It even delayed his initial call-up to the major leagues. Yeah, I always thought K-Rod was a little overrated. And that was another one that the Mets picked up. Xander Bogaerts. You know, when you got a 5 WAR and you got guys like Mookie Betts on the team, all right, and Benintendi, he still managed to drive in 103 runs, 23 home runs, 45 doubles. Bogaerts, in the shadow of Mookie Betts, stripling, but one of the top players out there. Jay Bruce is our 150 guy. Jim Palmer, Ryan Barucki, Travis Shaw, and there's Harrison Bader with the Rookie Cup. I wonder, they got short prints in this year? Clayton Richard, Gene Segura, Nolan Arenado, Jesus Aguilar. What a year he had. He tripled pretty much his career home run total. 35 home runs, 108 RBIs. And it's his second full season. He had 3 call-ups with the Indians that didn't accomplish really much of anything. WAR of about 3. So 60 extra base hits, that's not something to sneeze at. I'm just curious how hard they are to find and how hard I should be looking. Base short print 1 in 17 on the jumbos. So they're harder to find this year. Every other box. Super short prints 1 in every 495 packs. Ooh. Shane Bieber. Had a little Bieber fever last year. 11-5 record. All right. Kind of inconsistent. 4.5 ERA, but in the American League that works. So maybe he'll get it down. I don't know if he's going to be good enough to replace Corey Kluber if he ends up going somewhere like San Diego. Young Gomes, Kyle Tucker. There's the top rookie for this series. Last year in the minors, 24 home runs in 100 games, 332 average. Not so hot at the major league level last year, but we've seen that happen before. Mike Trout had a bad stint. Aaron Judge, injury-shortened season, still had a WAR of 5, an OPS over 9, batted .278, walked 76 times, only 27 home runs, but again, that was in 112 games. So look out, Judgment Day will come back next year. J.D. Martinez, though, was the man. 43 home runs, 130 RBI, 6 WAR. His second straight season of an OPS over 1. 69 walks. Justice Sheffield, now the Mariners' problem right now. He should be all right. Been enough height on him. Kraken jokes. Cubs are good for that. Javier Baez was no joke last year, leading the league in RBIs with 111, just beat out Yelich by 1. 34 home runs, 40 doubles, a WAR over 5, 2 average, and that's for a middle infielder. Jackie Bradley Jr. Still not close to 2 years ago. Brandon Lowe. He's got some possibility. Another decent rookie for the Rays. So, Tyler Skaggs. Ooh, look at that. George Ruth. The Babe. Iconic card reprints. Juan Soto. Jose Altuve. Home run challenge. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge. He hits them out pretty good. So that's the new scratch and sniff from TOPPS. Arrieta. Rhys Hoskins. 246 average. 34 home runs. You know, when he hit 18 in 50 games, I think a lot of people were thinking a 50 home run season. But I'm happy with 34 home runs, 96 RBIs. The WAR suffered a little bit because he was playing in the outfield where he clearly should not have been. So things looking a little different. For next year. Didi Gregorius got cut short of another solid season. 27 home runs. For a shortstop, his career high, even though he didn't make it through the whole year. 268 average, a WAR of over 4.5. So hopefully he comes back soon. Aaron Nola is officially an ace. 17-6, 2.37 ERA, 5.6 WAR. And Justin Bour made very little impact after his trade from the Marlins. So we'll see if there's any power addition coming to Philly. They've got a lot of power bats in their lineup in the minors, but Justin Bour did not compute. Eric Hosmer's first year for the Padres, I guess kind of a little lower on the average than I would have expected. I think that'll kick back up. A little bit of a decrease in power, but he's playing in the most pitcher-friendly ballpark in baseball, probably. So I get that. Ryan Healy, He had a drop off in average. He'll probably be more of a 250 hitter this year. Another pitcher-friendly park, and he still banged out 24 home runs. All right, so we got Yadier Molina. Ooh, we got some color coming up here. Chance Adams. Charlie Blackmon. And Gleyber Torres. Numbered 2 out of 5 for the Yankees. That is badass right there. 2 out of 5. Gleyber Torres. That's not bad for a throw-in. 2 out of 5. All right, we got 4 more packs in box 1. Our third hit's going to come out. So we'll keep doing our usual shtick. The other 2 boxes, then we're just going to rip through them because they are Topps Jumbos, and we don't need to beat a dead horse. But I always like to have a little bit of extra time when we do these first box of 20 of a new year. Even a new series. Topps is always just that one set that deserves a little extra attention. All right, Chad Bettis. So, he pitches in Colorado. He had a 5-2 record, which is a winning record in but 27 games. ERA of 5. So, but gotta hand it to him. He came back. He was one of 2 players, I think, that had issues with cancer in 2017. So all the more to him. Mike Trout is Mike Trout. What can you say? Another season where he's close to 10 and more. 39 home runs, 24 stolen bases, 122 walks. He's basically Barry Bonds, and the only thing he's missing, well, we know what that is. Jason Kipnis. Oh, I'll have to check that out. And starting to see some more repeats, so there's O'Hearn again. Yankee Stadium. Got Rogers Center. Nolan Arenado led the league with 38 home runs, putting him a couple above Yelich. What can you say about Nolan Arenado? His consistency. He is just one of the scariest hitters out there, and he grows more and more patient every year. All right, over the last 6 years, he had a slight dip in 2017, but pretty much his walk total just keeps going up and up and up. Mookie Betts, 346 average. All right, a WAR of over 10, 32 home runs, 47 doubles, only 80 RBIs because, Xander Bogaerts drove them all in first. 81 walks. Love Mike Trout, but Mookie Betts definitely earning the AL MVP there. And Nolan Ryan. Jonathan Loaisiga. We'll give that a little 1 cent love. Injury issues, a little inconsistency last year, but somebody to keep your eyes out on. Carlos Santana, Bryce baby. The dynamic duo. I guess Altuve would be Robin, right? Because he's short. Chase Anderson. Adam Eaton. Boy, that trade was a disaster. Why? I don't know why. Corey Seager only got to play in 26 games last year, so he should be back, and that's going to be, it's like a big free agent pickup for the Dodgers, except for they're just getting somebody back from the DL. Michael Conforto. All right. Probably came back a little too soon from injury, but still 28 home runs, a career high, 82 RBI, 243, a WAR of 3, and recent interview said, he admitted he probably shouldn't have come back a month and a half early. So I'm expecting him to be a 275, 30 home runs, and probably a WAR of close to 4 this year. Brandon Belt, Carlos Martinez, there's Diaz, Trey Mancini. He's playing for the Orioles. Just gotta feel bad for him. Loaziga. The Yankees win. D. Gordon. Still stealing some bases, but it leveled out at a 0 WAR last year, so a little concerning. Teheran. Probably one of the few Braves pitchers who could have done a little better. Didn't quite meet my expectations anyway. I cut him early off my fantasy team. Miguel Sano, who spent a good part of the season in single A, and that's what happens when you're out of shape and you bat 199. So hopefully he bounces back to the form he's capable of. Blake Snell, 150. Yadier Molina on the throwback. And Noah Syndergaard, commemorative hat logo patch. So again, the manufactured relics look to be retro hat logos. And where did my thick sleeves go? There they are. Yeah, well, that is a current trend with leadoff hitters nowadays. They don't know how to walk. I like the direction the Royals are going. If you look at who they've picked up in the offseason, they're going with speed. The only problem is one of those guys was Billy Hamilton, and he is like the prototypical worst leadoff hitter ever. Because if he did get on base, he'd steal them all. He'd be Ricky Henderson, but he doesn't. And Ricky Henderson walked a lot. Altuve only batted .315 this year. He lowered his career average with this season. Only a 4.8 WAR. Only 13 home runs. That's the part that might be a little disconcerting. But I think he had some injury issues. He didn't play as many games as he normally does. Oh, if that was a real hat patch, that'd be awesome. I'd be making an offer on it. Sonny Gray, gone away. 11-9 with a 4.9 ERA. Wonder why. But he's just since 2015 came and gone. He just hasn't had it like he used to. Andrus and Jimenez. All right, last 2 packs of the first box, and then we're going to start speeding things up a little bit here. So what do you guys think of the product so far? 2019 Topps. What are your comments on the design, on the changes that they've made this year? Less cards. I'm sure the retail is going to stay the same, right? They just don't put crap in those. Corbin Burns, an interesting rookie for the Brewers. Kyle Schwarber. Little bit of a bounce back. All right, there was just so many high expectations on him. He's not what they expected, I don't think. But he's a good power bat, and he's improving. Shohei Ohtani, 22 home runs in 104 games last year. This is with injury issues and taking games off for pitching. Rookie of the Year, a WAR of 2.8. At least that's on the batting side. I don't know if the pitching numbers count into that. He might have had more. There's Billy Hamilton right there. 46 walks. He's been improving them in the last few years, but it's still not enough. And again, when you're a 1 WAR player and you've got a 3 WAR glove, not good. Not good. Colby Allard, Josh Harrison, Sean Reed Foley, Willie Calhoun. I wonder how Willie Calhoun did last year. Not good. He did all right in the minors, I guess, but total power sap. And he's another one like Snow, came in out of shape, never got back into it. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? We got Manny Margot. He didn't Margot anywhere last year. But he's still a developing player. I think another year or two. It's tough. Being in a pitcher's ballpark doesn't help. Colin Moran with the 150 logo there. Cal Ripken Jr., Trevor Bauer, and another throwback card. This one with the 150 logo on it as well. Ozzy Albies. So that's a double insert right there. Or an insert parallel. Whatever you want to call it. Doing good, doing good. First box is a 2019 Topps. So it's like New Year's Day for me. Wonder if we've had any comments on YouTube. Let's see here. Gotta see if this actually works. Nope, doesn't look like it. Of course, the Facebook one don't work either, so go figure. So Matt Carpenter, 36 home runs last year, his highest total yet. Average used to be good for him, and then he had a decline, but that's coming back up a little bit. 5 WAR last season, so that's his best in a few years. Jacob Junis, Brian Anderson, he's an interesting one. 3-4 WAR, 11 home runs, 34 doubles. So he could grow into, he could grow into a 20 home run guy. Anything good so far? Yeah, got a couple good things. The Mets are rocking it on the hits, but I think the Yankees got the best card so far. Gleyber Torres out of 5 from the silver packs. So it's been all New York so far. One hit for the Cubs. But we're just getting started. We got a couple more boxes. Plus we got a couple baseballs to go in this. And this first box is just kind of our kickoff to the new year. But now we're getting a bunch of doubles. So it's all about that base, Andrew Miller, injuries, rough season all around. But he's one of those exceptions to the rules with the closers as well. He should bounce back next year, I think. Brett Phillips, miss him coming around and making some comments on our feed, but I guess he's got to work on that 188 batting average. Yeah, I guess so. Okay numbers in the minors, but that does not make a major league starter. Juan Soto, 116 games, got the WAR almost to 4, 22 home runs, 25 doubles, 79 walks and an OPS over 9. Who needs Bryce Harper when you have Juan Soto and then Victor Robles coming back from injury, and he's going to actually start his career now? So, I don't know. Did we hit a Ranger Suarez? Well, you know, Matthew, we always pull good stuff here. Maybe not every single break, but in general. Like our hit of the year post, where we're voting for our top hits. 40 pictures of amazingness. 171 out of 2019. Brandon Crawford, and we'll have more details on the voting. It's Facebook. It's no big deal. It's a lot less votes than I was hoping for. A lot less votes than we've had in the past. So just keep voting. Tell your friends. Share the post. We'll have more details on the break that is going to be associated with the giveaway for that. So I'm going to cross a couple ideas, and I'll eventually run over what I'm thinking with you guys. So, vintage sunglasses. Yeah, man. Mookie Betts. We might have gotten a Ranger Suarez. He's probably a guy I would have skipped over, but he's probably there. Michael Taylor. So, if he doesn't play consistently, he doesn't play consistently. Maybe a change of scenery would be good for him. Matt Olson. You know, we talked about Matt Chapman. Matt Olson played every single game last year, 162. 3.4 WAR, 29 home runs, 33 doubles, 70 walks. Superstar in the making. Todd Frazier. Not a bad season for the Mets, I guess. His worst home run output since his rookie year. Yeah, he sucks. Sorry. Trying to make him look good, but he's not. Addison Reed, an example here of a guy who was a good closer, but then just wasn't consistent. Adam Ottavino, he had his blemish in 2017. It's just hard to find a guy who for over 4 straight seasons, 5 straight seasons, 6 straight seasons is a dominant closer. I don't think they're worth trading for, and that's just my opinion on that. All right, that's the end of the first box. So now we're going to go into turbo mode here. All right. Box number... before we do that, why don't we open up one of these baseballs? Again, standard tiebreaker rules apply, so if it's a retired player, like we should expect to find in Icons, and unless there's a team-specific inscription on it, what we do is we random it off between all teams that they played for in parts of at least 3 seasons. So this one's going to be randomed off for sure. And let's see. Yep, just those 2 teams. And this is a guy that we've seen a little bit of lately. We've been hitting him pretty frequently. And just got a notification. Let's see. All right, we got a vote. Good. Keep voting for hit of the year. All right, we're gonna give away some cards. Maybe more tied to that. We'll see. So our Onyx Icons baseball. With the Hall of Fame inscription is going to be the Chicken Man, Wade Boggs. So that'll get randomed off between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Speaking of randoming off, I got to just tag a video guy in the post from last night's break. So, yesterday's skunk bonus ended up being interesting. We had 4 items, all right, 4 slabbed autographs, and there was only 2 teams that didn't get a hit. So that means they're going to get 2 apiece. That's always fun. So Wade Boggs baseball, again, that'll be between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Isn't everything in life between the Red Sox and the Yankees? Come on. Seriously. All right, so we got Brad Keller. Oh, we got a low-numbered card again. Oh. Chris Bryant. Too bad it's not Ronald Acuna, right? But this low-number card has a little bit of ink to it. And if you're smart, you would have gotten the Cardinals in this break because they had a little Wisdom laying around. Patrick Wisdom, numbered 18 out of 25. Bonus hit, Patrick Wisdom, 18 out of 25. I guess it's better that I give you wisdom than I give you knowledge. We're not going to go there. George Springer for the Astros. Adalberto Raul Mondesi. This Gleyber Torres is not numbered to 5. And we have Will the Thrill Clark, who wasn't even... I think he was still in college in '84, wasn't he? All right. Next box. No idea who Patrick Wisdom is. He's all right. He got to play a major league game. He's got to be good. Oh, I'll be a sorting tonight. That's okay. I was sorting all afternoon with Bowman's Best. So, if anybody is looking for personal boxes, again, the silver packs are included with a personal, and they're $99.99 a box. So, if you like what you're seeing out of these silver packs, they are adding a little bit of spice to the overall flavor of Series 1 here. All right, it's all about that base, about that base. Kyle Tucker. All right, I'll get the stats on him. So he's one of those guys that kind of broke through. Patrick Wisdom. So he was good enough to trade. So he is now on the Texas Rangers. He batted .260, hit 4 home runs, 10 RBIs in limited time. So he got called up on August 11th. And he was traded to the Texas Rangers in exchange for Drew Robinson, who is a... I don't know. He's an infield, outfield, so he's a utility guy. Only batted .204, nothing special. So I think the Rangers got somebody who was a little more one-dimensional, but could do that dimension better than the other guy. We'll put it that way. Yeah, he'll be in your division. Oh, my phone got unplugged. When did that happen? So he is now Texas Rangers property. I don't know if that means you'll see him more or not, but he'll be out there. All right, Garrett Hampson, another rookie card. And he is for the Rockies. He's been in Bowman the last, few years consistently. So he's had some eyes on him. We'll see if, I don't know. I always like Tapia. And then you got David Dahl. You got a lot of guys who are kind of like question marks. Even Trevor Story's had a little bit of inconsistency, but he bounced back nicely. Andrelton Simmons for the Angels. His WAR at 5.5. A lot of that's defense, but second straight year with double-digit home runs. RBIs at 75. All right, if he could walk a little more, he'd actually probably develop into a scary hitter. Sportsman Park. Well, the guy that they traded for, not Wisdom. The other guy was batting 204. Wisdom batted 260. So, but limited sample size, so you don't know. Jose Ramirez, code card for the Indians. So Indians have a shot at something in the future. And Jose Ramirez can bat him out, so definitely not a wasted player. Can you imagine if they did this back in the heyday of collecting and you had that Rafael Belliard home run challenge card? No one would ever scratch it. The scratched ones would be worth more than the unscratched. Of course, then you could just scratch them. But anyways. So, yep, Ranger Suarez. So, I think we got one in the other box, too. I'm not sure. So, his minor league records at Reading and Lehigh Valley, he was 6-3. Not a big strikeout pitcher, but good, good ERA. His strikeout to walk ratio is acceptable. It's about 3 and change, 4-1. So, and he did all right last year. He filled a spot. Juan Soto Rookie Cup. Rhys Hoskins, gold. 809 out of 2019. We'll give that a little 1 cent love because I like Rhys Hoskins, even though he's a Philly. James McCann. Eddie Matthews reprint. The Big Hurt. He was like in middle school in 1984, wasn't he? But he was probably still 6 foot tall and like 220 pounds. Guy's a beast. And all about that base, Like I said, we're going to burn through the base. We talked a lot about the rookies. Somebody was asking me this question, and I don't know where my cheat sheet went. All right, here's a hit. And the other manufactured patches are the 150-year anniversary medallions. So retro hat patches and anniversary medallions highlighting this release here. So we'll get a look at something nice and shiny in just a moment. And it's all about that base. Jeff McNeil, again, is he going to be a flash in the pan, or is he going to be like Jeff Kent with a big batting average on top of it? 19 home runs in 88 games in the minors. But when you play at Las Vegas, that's not necessarily difficult. But an OPS over 1 in the minors last year, 342 average, and then just came into the big leagues and batted way over 300 and caught a lot of people's attention. So I know when I was at the Hofstra show that he was signing at, there was plenty interested in getting his signature because there's not a lot of them out there. And he's another one, you know, didn't really have too much attention, at least cardboard-wise, and snuck in there and delivered. Adrian Beltre, Paul Goldschmidt, Rainbow Foil. We'll give that a little 1 cent love, why not? H to the Izzo, Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres. And again, we've kind of gotten the gist of things here. Had our fun. Now let's just see what we got. I want to see the baseball that we still got. And, oh, there's Ryan O'Hearn. And, hey, let's work on that Rhys Hoskins rainbow. So we got the base, we got the gold, now we got the 150 parallel. Greatest players, Reggie Jackson, Tuki Toussaint, and the Astros. 150 years of baseball, Jose Altuve. So Astros with a hit there. Next. Just so few insert cards anymore. It's hard to quickly locate them now. Used to be a billion of them. All right. Next wave. So again, Jake Bauers. He's definitely on my watch list. Oh, we got Adam Jones here. Yeah, definitely on the downswing. And it's tough playing on that Orioles team. Sean Doolittle. So he was mentioned as a consistent guy. You know what? He's only been back in the closer role for a couple of years. So he didn't close 15 and 16, and I wouldn't call him a consistent closer either. No. Not that lights out dominant closer. I wouldn't consider Sean Doolittle in that conversation either. So now we're back down to like 5 guys. Said, name me 10. How many teams make it to the playoffs now? 10. Name me 10 closers that are difference makers. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 140 out of 2019. Future stars. We got Nolan Ryan, Jose Ramirez. And it's all about that base, Nimmo, we already seen an autograph of. So this is our second of 3 boxes. Gave a lot of attention to the first, so now we're just going to kind of go through the motions. Oh, Arrieta's a 150. So Arrieta, 10 and 11 for the Phillies, 3.96 ERA. Not quite the big splash of a free agent signing that you would kind of want. Tom Seaver, Nick Markakis. Decent year for the Braves. He's not been consistent for a while now, really. He's just a guy that hits. He's got power. He hits a lot of doubles, but just can't be that 30 home run guy. Jacob deGrom, ERA of 1.7 last year. It's just crazy. All right, and Nico Goodrum. He's one I'm interested to see how he finished off. Always saw his autographs to death last year. 29 doubles, 16 home runs, only batted .245, stole a few bases, walked 42 times. He could probably be better if Detroit wasn't in a rebuilding mode and totally kind of crumbling lately. This is not terrible. So again, it's like New Year's here when we're dealing with TOPPS 2019. This is our first look at it. And, you know, you'll see boxes thrown into mixers. It won't... Oh, that's cool. Man. Dun, 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 dun. Aaron Judge going to be spreading the news next year if he's completely healthy. Look out. Mark Trumbo. Didn't play so much last year, but still banged out 17 home runs. Just nowhere near what he did 2 years ago. Brandon Lowe. Again, I like to put him to the side. I think he's got some potential. Is this a Willie Calhoun? Yep, that's a 150. Mike Clevenger, 150 parallel. Babe Ruth and Derek Jeter. How about Brett Phillips for the Royals? Black, 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 #1. Little typo negative there. 1 out of 67 for Brett Phillips. So 1 out of 67. And it's all about that base, about that base. What do we got coming up next? It's not like last year. Ooh, Acuna. Ooh, Ohtani. But we don't know these guys yet. And there's 4 of them with some good potential. Definitely to look out for. So, Jose Abreu, just a base card. But, man, you talk about consistency. A little bit of a drop-off last year. All right, for the first time. For the first time, not a 100 RBI guy. Only 22 home runs. But injuries kind of set him back down to 128 games last year. So, hopefully, back to consistency next year. Especially, there's a lot of bright things in the future for the White Sox. Is a signing of a Machado or a Bryce Harper going to help them? I don't know. Got Trey Mancini with the foil. Greatness. Nolan Ryan and Shohei Ohtani. D. Gordon. And here come the Judge. 45 out of 50 throwback relic. Aaron Judge, game used for the Yankees. Again, when the average team is like $20 or $25, you know, what are you expecting? But we've had some good pulls out of this little break here. Gotta say that. So Aaron Judge, numbered to 50, 84 relic. Very cool. All right. And only 2 packs left in box number 2, and then we got 1 baseball and 1 box to go. So you guys tell me what you want to see. You know, we threw the baseball kind of in the middle of the first 2 boxes. Do you want to do the next level baseball next or save it for last? You guys tell me. Next level baseball. Do it next or save it for last? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I don't know what we're pulling out here. Either this whole case is loaded or the next 3 boxes are going to be a risk. I don't know which. I have a feeling this case is just loaded because it is. Yuli Gurriel, 517 out of 2019. For all those who grumbled about Series 1, look at some of the things that we're pulling. You know, I mean, for what it is, what do you expect? Tanner Roark, Ricky Henderson reprint, Jacob deGrom. We're gonna have a little fun in just a second here. Yeah, we've definitely gotten some cool hits, and we're about to hit another one. So start spreading the news. 2019 Topps is here. And almost every hit out of it has been New York, New York. Miguel Andujar, gold auto. Are you kidding me? It's going to be the first time I'm ever cheering for the Red Sox, but the Wade Boggs ball, too, would be overkill. Miguel Andujar, 41 out of 50. "41 out of 50. It is uncanny. What can I say except you're welcome? Wow. It's like that basketball the other night. But at least that was somebody with 2 divisions. Jeez. All right. Miguel Andujar, numbered to 50. All right, so that's the end of box number 2. Only 1 vote, and it's for the NXT ball. Well, it's not NXT. That's WWE. It's next level. But that is how they spell it, so it's all good. Next level baseball. The baseball's so cool it comes in a wooden box. And it's logo licensed by Fanatics, so that makes it cool too. Kind of wondering, when are they going to do another under wraps or baseball product or whatnot? Thought these were cool. I'd get more of them if I could right now. because I'm only down to one left. They were a clearance special one time, and I got them in. I got a couple cases. All right. So this is a debut level baseball. It's not one you see too often. So I'm wondering if that makes it a little more desirable. Definitely a star player. Again, it's just a debut level ball. Nothing crazy like some of the legendary level balls that we've hit before. But I'll tell you what, if you got a team, all right, that you were hoping to get some rookie love from, and you didn't quite get it just yet, well, this is going to be the saving grace. Anybody know who this is? Now, we've seen this signature recently in our flawless break. Does anybody recognize it? An all-star first baseman. Spent most of his career in Kansas City before signing with the Padres. Eric Hosmer. That's not a bad deal for a $30 team, right? Eric Hosmer for the Padres. EC3? No. I'd rather have the NXT baseball of Kyrie Sane. All right, let's take a look at these last couple silver packs here. Oh, I like that. So we got Jake Bowers. We got some rookie support coming in here. So Jake Bowers. We got Jim Rice. Hold the beans. We got Ryan Sandberg. And Jeff McNeil for the Mets. That's not a bad one. I'll even give that extra preferential treatment. Why not? Kevin Kramer. Sean Reed Foley. This is all rookies right here. Patrick Wisdom, who is now a Ranger. And Justice Sheffield on the Yankees there. Of course, he got dealt off to the Mariners. So, 4 rookies in a row. And final box here. Again, if anybody is looking for a personal of 2019 Topps Series 1, we got 3 sitting here. Silver packs included. The auto in the second box. All right, back to the manufactured cap pieces. All right, that's cool. No, it's not a Yankee. If that makes you feel better. All right, who's gonna get a taste of the action now, right? All about that base, about that base. So Barraclough, 150. Sandy Koufax, Bash Brother, Mark McGuire, and Andrew Miller. That's not a bad one for a black. 43 out of 67. So Andrew Miller, black parallel. 43 out of 67. Mike Leake. Typical consistent year for him. 10 and 10. ERA over 4. WAR of about 2. Nothing new. What do we got next? There's Jeff McNeil. Trey Turner last year led the league in stolen bases with 43. After an injury-shortened year again last year, played all 162 games, walked 69 times, batted .271, and a WAR of almost 5. So Trey Turner, stud shortstop, 19 home runs to boot too. I like Jeff McNeil. Chance Adams. Get another rookie to look over. The whole New York thing adds a little extra incentive to look over it too, right? Danny Duffy. Here's a guy whose career was almost over due to Tommy John, right? Well, 8 and 12, but he plays for the Royals. ERA of about 5. I guess he's one of the problems, not the solutions, right? Eddie Matthews, Max Scherzer, and Smile. No Chief Wahoo logo? Okay. Francisco Lindor for the Indians. Francisco Lindor. Michael Franco. Just never can be that player that everyone thought he was going to be. He's supposed to be a stud player. Oh, there's Luis Urias. He'll get some one-set love later. Get another one like Kyle Tucker, who at the major league level wasn't really doing big things, but he's definitely capable of them. And next. Put Brandon Lowe to the side. I'll give that a little one-set love later. Is this a parallel? Nope. So we got Mookie Betts, gold. 1157 out of 2019. It's funny how the golds always match the year on their print run. Does that mean the print run gets bigger and bigger every year? I don't know. Pedro Strop. Justin Verlander. Jeff McNeil, I'll give that one cent love on the 84 throwback. So in 63 games, batted .329. Again, he's not a super power guy, so 3 homers, 11 doubles. Doesn't walk a lot, but when you hit .329, you get people's attention. Question is, will they have the book figured out on him next year? And I think that's why there was some consideration of throwing him in some trade packages earlier. I know he was a name bounced around with Real Muto. And then they got greedy and wanted Kelenic. Why would the Mets ever trade Kelenic? Oh, yeah, for a closer and Robinson Cano. That's right. Morons. Ryan O'Hearn. So again, scrolling at the bottom of your screen here. Oh, did I miss one? Nope. Just regular old Adolis Garcia. So we got a foil Chad Bettis, Greatness, Williams, and Mookie Betts. Bonos, that's a cool bow card. Juan Soto, Home Run Challenge. So let's see if we can't get this triple case break going for tomorrow. Again, it's getting to be close to 11 o'clock here on the East Coast. We need 8 more teams. A case of Unlimited, an inner case of Unparalleled, a case of TriStar mini helmets. Cardinals are 115, Ravens 165, Dolphins are 100, Eagles are 80, Chargers 125, Seahawks 135, Rams 120, Buccaneers 65, Falcons 95, Panthers 95, Colts 125, Jaguars are 60, the Giants are 325, the Jets are 195, and the Raiders are 95. Yeah, can you imagine if he had stayed with the Mets? The hype train would have really continued to roll on him. All right, here we go. Next round. All about that base, about that base. Jake Bowers. Yeah, I think that, and the Seahawks are a good spot in that one. You know, we haven't done a triple case in a while. We're going to have a little smaller mixer go up after that goes through, but I want to make sure we push that through first. So, Harmon Killebrew. Michael Kopech with a foil. We'll give that a little one set love. Eric Hosmer, Cunha Matata, and Randall Grichuk. 25 home runs. I mean, he's consistent. He's not amazing, but he's consistent. Chris Davis, somewhat amazing. So Gary L gets the 150 parallel here. Juan Marichal. Ramon Laureano. He's a decent rookie. One to keep the eyes on with the foil board. So we'll 1 cent love him. Cody Bellinger. That's cool. All right. Definitely a lot more variety in the relics this year. Got some interesting ones. Especially with the history of baseball theme, 150 years. Let me just look at something here. I'll make sure I'm right. Okay. So here we go. All about that base, about that base. So, top 5 teams in this football break. Colts at 125 I like. We got Sean Manea, gold 213 out of 2019. No, the auto has not been shown yet. Duke Snyder, Nolan Arenado. So Colts I like. I like the Seahawks at 135. I like the Bucks at 65 because they should have some quantity. I like the Jets at 195. The Raiders at 95. Those are my top 5 right now. Chance Adams, foil. Yeah, uniform evolution. Bob Feller to Francisco Lindor. Jesus Aguilar.
Jesus.
I don't know why Siri did that. And then numbered 64 out of 99. We got Milwaukee County Stadium. Genuine stadium seat. So, Milwaukee County Stadium, former home of the Brewers. Numbered to 99. Let's see here. Where is... And now we're just waiting on that autograph, right? Yep, there's the auto. We got a numbered Legacy of Baseball autograph coming up here. So generally, you know, you're going to see stars of the past and the present involved in these. Again, you do see a lot of action on vets and second-year players in Series 1 because still a lot of question marks on the rookies out there. Senzatella with the 150. We got Mike Piazza as a Met. Starling Marte. Here come the Judge. Doesn't look like we have any short prints this box. But again, short prints seem to be a little scarce this year. They fall one every other box. All right. Update, they tend to like really have them out there. Or not every other box, I'm sorry. Is it every other box? Oh, I didn't see one. Yeah, one in every 17 packs. So I guess the other 3 boxes have one. That or we missed it. But we ship all cards, so if we did miss it, you get it anyway. There's Jeff McNeil, Laureano, Kopech, and looking for that autograph. It's in there. Jose Leclerc with the 150, Lou Gehrig, Aaron Nola, and Legacy of Baseball, Matt Carpenter. Cardinals, 61 out of 150. Well, that's a bigger name than Patrick Wisdom. Matt Carpenter, Legacy of Baseball, autograph. And that is a wrap. So our 2 baseballs, Wade Boggs, Hall of Fame inscribed baseball, is going to go to random between the Red Sox and the Yankees. All right. And Eric Hosmer was the Fanatics ball. That's going to go to the Padres. Our other highlights include this Matt Carpenter, numbered to 150 for the Cardinals. Milwaukee County Stadium for the Brewers, numbered to 99. Francisco Lindor, Indians, manufactured relic. Miguel Andujar, numbered to 50. Also numbered to 50, and also for the Yankees, Aaron Judge. Astros get a 150th anniversary medallion of Jose Altuve. METS, Mets, Noah Syndergaard, manufactured hat relic. They also get Brandon Nimmo. Patrick Wisdom, numbered to 25 for the Cardinals. Not a hit, but Gleyber Torres, numbered to 5. That's pretty badass right there. And the Cubs started us off with Wilson Contreras. Yeah, I can show off the Hosmer ball. So what do you guys think hit of the night is? There's a few decent hits in that hodgepodge there. What do you guys think hit of the night is? I'm not even going to put it up for finalists because I feel like we got a lot of good hits for a small break like this. So, Eric Hosmer, Fanatics ball. So, votes for hit of the night. What do you guys think? Anybody looking to get a personal box of 2019 Topps? $99.99, comes with 2 silver packs. So probably 130s. Let me get this TOPPS loaders for those. So anybody else got anything for me tonight? Otherwise, let's get that other break filled. Definitely want to see the triple case break go tomorrow. That might even need a 180. Let me see those here. That doesn't. So, any votes for him tonight? We had a few good ones. We can vote for them. Otherwise, I'm going to get this sorting. It's early. Yeah, it definitely needs a 180. Got one vote for Andujar, number to 50. I like that one. That's a good choice. I don't know. I know it's a relic, but I thought the game-used Judge relic to 50 was pretty cool, too. New York, St. Louis, and Cleveland. The main cities in this one. Well, I guess Houston, too. Houston got the Altuve. And you got all them Kyle Tucker rookies. So, lots of cool stuff tonight. Again, triple case break, hopefully for tomorrow. And we're going to start pushing the past, present, and future break. So we'll close out with that as we maybe get a couple more votes. Otherwise, Andujar is going to be the one-and-done winner here. So past, present, and future mixer. This is what is in it. A cool little mix of stuff. When we do a past, present, and future break, you've got prospects, right? That's the future. You got your rookies and stars, that's the present, and then you have the possibility of hits from players of the past, including Hall of Famers. So this is what we have. Everything is 2018 except for a 2017 Bowman Chrome mini set. There's no actual hits in that, but there's 30 parallels. And you could get some good parallels. It's, you know, Judge's rookie year, Bellinger's rookie year, Acuna's in there as a prospect. All kinds of possibilities in there, and you get 30 parallels, and some of them are low numbered. Bowman High Tech 3 boxes, a box of Clearly Authentic, a box of Contenders Draft, a box of Dynasty, 2 Leaf Metal Draft. Oh, I have 2018 there, but it's actually 2017. So that's also 2017. That was a typo. 2 boxes of 2018 Luminaries. Some cool stuff possible in that. 2018 Onyx Platinum Elite Baseballs, a whole mini case, 3 of them. 2 boxes of 2018 Tribute. All right. And here's the skunk bonus. All hitless teams get a 2018 Topps Angels team set. 1 hitless team. It's in the photo, and something got messed up with that post. I must have. There's a 2018 New York Dynasty Baseball from TriStar. 1 team ends up with that. I'm fixing the post as we speak. right? That team set does include Shohei Ohtani. So 10% off 3 teams or more. Here's, most of them are still available. Diamondbacks are $45, Braves $225, Orioles are $85, White Sox are $95, Nationals $160, Cubs $125, Reds are $95, Rockies are $40, Tigers are $40, Royals $45, Angels $250, Dodgers $110, Marlins are $40, Brewers are $50, Twins are $70, Mets are $100, Yankees $275, A's are $80, Phillies are $95, Padres are $65, Pirates. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Onyx Platinum Elite. It's not the baseballs. It's the prospects. I'm looking at the picture now. It's not the baseballs. It's the prospect cards. Man, I'm still recovering from last night breaking for 3 hours until the wee morning. So Dodgers are 110, Marlins are 40, Brewers are 50, Twins are 70, Mets are 100, Yankees 275, A's are 80, Phillies are 95, Padres are 65, Pirates are 40, Giants are 60, Mariners are 50, Cardinals are 95, Rays are 65, Rangers are 45, Blue Jays are 50. So again, I'll repeat the boxes again because I messed it up the first time around. 3 Bowman High Tech, 1 Clearly Authentic, 1 Contenders Draft, 1 Dynasty, 2 2017 Leaf Metal Draft, 2 2018 Luminaries, 3 Onyx Platinum Elite. So those are the ones with 2 prospect autos per box, and 2 boxes of Tribute, 2017 Bowman Chrome mini set, and a New York Dynasty Baseball, part of the Skunk Bonus. Every hitless team will get a 2018 Topps Angels team set, which does have Shohei Ohtani in it. So anybody got anything for me there? Otherwise, we're going to pack it in and have a good night. I'm going to go to bed early for a change. So if I'm awake, I'll break. If you're looking for any personals or anything like that, I'm cool. But if I'm asleep, I'll answer you in the morning because I have almost 1,500 cards to sort now. So. All right. So again, fun stuff. 2019 has begun officially, at least for baseball. Be a while for football. And that is a wrap. So if anybody needs anything, just hit me up on Messenger.